Hey guys, so why I have a minute right now. I really didn't expect much from my last video. Just been like, hey, I got a hysterectomy. That's why you haven't seen me and why I'm continue to not carry on my commitments that I make to you. I'm really bad about that, I know. I really wasn't expecting like more than maybe one view on it, but and just to preface, a lot of views to me is like 3. So having 12 views on that video is like, oh, okay, interesting. So maybe you guys want to know a little bit more about the hysterectomy itself. I think I kind of went over the gist of it. I really don't remember. Okay. But yes, so basically a few years ago, was it 2018, I got diagnosed with HPV-16, and that is one of the 2 potentially cancer strains. 18 is pretty much, yeah, you're going to get cancer. You got to take care of it. 16, it's like you take care of it early enough, it won't become cancer. And that's kind of been my process over the last, how many years is that? 4, 5, 4? I don't know. It feels like forever. And so I was getting pap smears every 6 months and getting, having LEEP procedures where they would cauterize, basically laser cut off precancerous cells off of my cervix. And I had that's a LEEP. Yeah, that's a LEEP. And just posts and prodding and biopsies and all that fun stuff. So finally, the summer of 2020, I did get cleared. And they're like, yeah, there's nothing there. There's nothing hanging out. Well, come August 2021, they're like, it's back. It was just hiding. And so that was rough. But they're like, the good news is it's not as strong as it was. So that was good. They're like, it's very, very little, very small, like in potency. And they're like, we can do, there's like, you have 2 options. We can do another LEEP procedure that may or may not finalize everything, or we can go ahead and do a hysterectomy and get the cervix removed and all that. And I was like, hysterectomy. My tubes are already tied. Not interested in kids. Take it out. No more periods. Yes, sign me up. So that's what we did. And then come December, we got it scheduled for January. If none of you have had to deal with the healthcare system in the last 2 years, it's been really rough. The news is not exaggerating. They're probably understating how rough it is, honestly, right now for pretty much any field. Just because there's just so much going on with them. And it seems like every doctor I go to is understaffed, overstressed, overworked, overbooked, and just trying to make it through and do the best they can. And it's rough out there for them, for real. So if you get an appointment that you think, you used to be like, maybe, I need to make an appointment for last week. And they're like, well, I got something maybe next month at the earliest. And you're like, oh, okay. So that's kind of what's been going on the patient side. Like not even having, well, I guess having a hysterectomy is pretty serious, but like not having COVID or anything like that side of it, or life-threatening. Just potentially, just a little potentially. So we scheduled that for January 5th, and we did it that quickly because 1, the quicker the better, less chance of anything spreading, anything getting worse. And 2, I started a new job at the end of January, like not even a full month after the surgery. I started a new job, but it's work from home and I sit all day, so it wasn't that big of a deal. And the doctor was like, yeah, that's perfectly fine. You'll be okay by then. So that's what we did. And I went in for the surgery and I stayed 2 nights in the hospital because I could not pass gas to save my life. So what happens is they basically bloat you up, cut you open. Okay, warning, 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 warning. I'm going to show you my scar. Well, most of it, not all of it, because it goes down pretty low. So if you don't like scars or anything like that, yeah, go somewhere else. Go, bye. I understand. It's okay. So, okay, I'm going to show you 1, 2, 3. So the top one's not it. That's an old surgery scar. Ow. So we're gonna go right here. This is the new one. It starts here and goes down. See, it's a little fresher looking. Like, this is 18 years old. This is about 2 months old. And they bloat you up, cut you open, and pull you apart, like right here. That's where it hurts still. And I am 8 weeks out, 2 months out. So my insides are completely healed. This is just finishing up. It hurts right here because I think I may have strained it a little bit. I know I'm very pale, okay? So it still kind of hurts a little bit, but it's not nearly as bad. So mobility was kind of limited. I was bloated. I looked like I was 4 months pregnant, which, fun. And I'm not wearing it today. I'll put it on later, but because it's hard, it's kind of difficult to do by myself. Zach's been helping me get it on. I woke up in a binder, but I'm still like out to here, full of just air that doesn't want to escape my system. And it was so bad, I ended up throwing up. That's not usual, but I just could not get the gas to pass. So my body was just like, you know what, fuck you. I'm just gonna rebel. But everything else was good. It was just, that's why I was in the hospital. I didn't have any issues with the surgery. Everything went nice and smooth. No problems with the anesthesia. So that was all good. And I finally did after 2 days and was out. And then I did absolutely nothing for about a good 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks of just sitting here on the couch playing video games. Because they're like, don't do anything. Just use common sense. Pretty much just relax. If you feel sleepy, go take a nap. Just don't do anything. Like, the hardest part of my day was going to the restroom because I have the binder, I have to pull up the binder. I was wearing muumuus and nightgowns for the most part, but still you have to pull your underwear on. If I was wearing like pajama pants, I have to pull those down. It's starting to get hot in here. I need to turn the AC on. So that was the most difficult part of my day. It would take like 6 minutes to go to the restroom. Sorry. Georgia has this fun thing where come the spring, it's pretty warm during the day. I think we're in the low 80s today. And the lows are in the 40s. So that's super fun. So the mornings and nights are chilly and we have to have the heat on. And then during the day, it's hot and we have to have the air on. And it's like, our bill's going to look great. I'm going to love that. Anyways, I'm tired. It was kind of rough. The recovery was kind of rough in that I was just so tired, and the fact that I really couldn't do anything, because not only because the doctor told me not to do anything, I really couldn't move that well. Like, if you've ever seen, it has to be very similar to how a pregnant woman feels at about like 4 or 5 months, when like you have to sit down weird, you kind of waddle when you walk. Just from like seeing pregnant women and how they have to maneuver around the belly. That's kind of how it felt, because I couldn't bend down. I could squat down, but they really didn't want me doing that. I had to a few times because I drop things all the time. So when Zach was at work and I dropped something, I'd be like, oh, and I have to do like little, like, just like hold my stomach and just squat as low as I could to pick it up. So thankfully my thighs aren't just thick, but very strong. So I hold all this weight. So that was probably the rough part, and it hurt. They gave me pain meds, but I'm not big on taking, like, they gave me oxys, or like take an oxy and a Tylenol when it's hurting, so the oxy doesn't have to work too much and all that. I think I only took them for 2 days post surgery outside of the hospital, because I'm just like, one, I wasn't in that much pain, and two, it's not my vibe. I didn't want to get addicted or anything like that. So yeah, not my vibe. So yeah, that's the thing. And then I forgot what I was talking about. And I felt bad too, just like mentally it was kind of rough, because again, I couldn't do anything. I couldn't help Zach clean around the house, or even do dishes or sweep or mop or laundry. I still can't really do my laundry. Like, I can put it in the wash machine and start that, and I can start the dryer, but I cannot get it out of the wash machine and put it into the dryer because I'm short. So I have to like lean into the washer and get it, so it puts way too much pressure on the incision area. So I still can't do that yet. And that's kind of, I mean, I don't like doing laundry, so I'm grateful he does it for me. But it's still, it's a lot to put on one person. And then, you know, he's having to do work, and his work's been busy, and he's been working overtime. Then he's having to come home and make sure we have dinner and do any chores around the house. And he's in school, so he's trying to do that and take care of me. And it's just a lot, and I just felt bad. And he didn't mind at all. He didn't complain. But I personally felt bad. So that wasn't great for my mental health. And so if you're thinking about getting one, just, you need that support system. You cannot do these things on your own. Like, you just can't. You either need to have enough money saved up so you can order every meal, and just throw everything away and then have somebody come by and take your trash for you. Like, you really can't do it on your own. It would be, I'm sure you could, but it'd make it a lot more stressful and a harder recovery time. So pain wasn't too bad, but sometimes I would just get really uncomfortable, and I couldn't get comfortable, and not just like in a sleeping position, but like in sitting or just in general. This would just be uncomfortable, and like my skin was tugging and tight, and it was just like, it wasn't a good time. That was probably the worst, honestly. So lack of mobility, because you can't bend over, you can't do anything, because you don't want to strain anything here, you don't want to pull anything, you don't want to open anything up, so that doesn't need to be opened. So yeah, that was fun, and I'm still definitely in, like, the inside is healed, because I just had my post-op Monday, and he's like, everything on the inside is healed up nicely, your incision's almost good to go, so I'm good. But one thing I noticed, and I was like, why am I so tired? I literally don't do anything. I sleep for about 12 hours, then I get up and play video games all day. Why am I so tired? And I was like, oh wait, my body is literally putting itself back together. It's like, let me put you here. It's going like this. It's coming all back together, and that takes a lot of energy. And I was like, oh, that's why I'm so tired. And I'm still kind of, okay, Google, stop. I need to hurry up. I gotta go back to work soon. Okay, Google, stop. Cool. But yeah, so that was it. That was the main thing. Not in a lot of pain, but uncomfortable, lack of mobility. And that goes into the mental health of not being able to do anything, which is stressful. And then just really tired all the time. I'm still really tired, but I think that's part of it, is recovering and starting a new job, and a job that I'm not, since it's work from home, it's a whole new setting. It's a different type of job than I'm used to. So there's just a lot of changes at once, and my body's like, bitch, you need a rest. So I think that's part of it for sure. But overall, it really wasn't too bad. I had a friend who had a breast reduction, and she was basically cut in half, and her recovery was so much worse than mine. Like, you would think having organs taken out would be pretty intense, and it was, I won't lie, I'm like, it's intense, but like, oof, it was rough on her, but because she was cut in half. But yeah, so as of week 8, 2 weeks, because your recovery period is 6 to 8 weeks. I'm in week 8, and I'm feeling pretty good. I went on a walk. They want you to walk and do minimal exercise, so your body can get all that gas out, and it's just good to stay active anyways. So there's that. And so I'm able to go on a walk with not a whole lot of pain, not too much stress, because it was my first week out of the hospital. Sorry, I'm trying to get everything. I'm not trying to use Spotify. I just want to do that. All right, everything's squared away. We're going back to work. But yeah, so I walked, we went to Walmart. We just went to Walmart. And I walked around with the cart, and I was like, oh my God, I'm exhausted. I can't do this. Like, just down like 3 aisles. So it's a lot. It's a lot to get used to. So yeah, and I think since I've had prior surgeries, my doctor didn't quite prepare me for this, but my last major surgery was 2019, so it wasn't fresh in my mind what to expect. So that was a little like, my body can't do anything moment. But I'm much better now. I went to a walk and it was just like normal, perfectly fine this past weekend. So that is all good. So I figured I'd just give you, I gotta tighten, hi. I gotta get back to work now, but I figured I'd give you a little bit more detail. Being in the hospital during a COVID sucks. Do not recommend. If you can avoid it for sure. And yeah, that is my recommendation to you for sure. So, and if you have any more questions, you can hit me up here or on my Instagram. I will try to get back to you on my Instagram. That's not a promise, but if I see them on here, I will get back to them because I check this more regularly. All right, but yeah, it wasn't too bad and I'm healing well. And I haven't had a period in 2 months and it's been glorious. So, yeah. All right, and I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you when I see you. Bye, guys.